Why aren't you performing at a high level? You're a great agent. You got great designations. You communicate well. People love working with you. It's because you're not.
So the big question is, what are the top agents doing to absolutely crush it in real estate, grow their teams, and add more transactions year over year while so many struggle? If you ever thought about this, you're not alone. No one has been able to get the answers until now.
We spent the last few years helping agents sell billions in real estate, rubbing shoulders with top producers, which got us thinking, how can we expose more people to these insights to help raise the standard in the whole real estate industry? We then realized that we could help bridge the gap by getting the secrets from the best of the best so that you can succeed. My name is Andrew Dunn.
And my name is Peter Michael. Welcome to Elite Agent Secrets.
Diving into topic 3 here, which is winning mindshare against your biggest competitors. This is going to be interesting because a lot of people will have a limiting belief around like, oh, there's all these people, like they're better than me, they've got more stuff, And I'm sure this is going to help them understand how they can beat entrenched people.
Yeah. So when I interview people and I'm teaching classes around the country, I'll do this. I'll ask them a question. Who's your number one competitor in your market? And every market's different. Some people raise their hand and say, well, it's Keller Williams or it's EXP or it's Remax or it's Coldwell Banker or it's, whoever, Redfin, in their market. But my answer to all that is they're all wrong. And I say, you're all wrong. And here's why you're wrong. Because your number one competitor in every market in America, and I would suggest Canada too, and everybody else that's listening, anywhere Zillow is your number one competitor in your marketplace. Number one. Why is that? Because what Zillow's game plan is when you hear the words real estate, they want you to think not of anything else but Zillow. And they are winning the war in many cases. So they're trying to win that war of mind share, not market share, mind share for the entire country. So then what happens is somebody goes onto their website, looks up their Zestimate. Somebody goes on their website, starts searching for property. A lead is created. That lead is then sold to Realtor in your market. And it goes, let's say, to a Coldwell Banker agent or a Remax agent or an EXP agent. It doesn't matter. And that EXP agent takes that listing or makes that sell. You're like, darn it, EXP got another listing or Keller Williams got another listing or Coldwell Banker. No, they didn't. What happened is they got sold a lead from Zillow because Zillow won the war for mindshare. Now, how do you win mindshare in a market, and how do you combat a multi-billion-dollar corporation that is trying to destroy our industry? How do you win against them? The only way you can win against them, and we can win, is understand that they can't go hyper-local with your own database. You can win within your own database by being closer, and they can never be closer than you are with your own database, having relationships with people in your database, and being hyper local when it's regarding your community. So your database and your community, those two things are the way you win. And in my case, when we go back to that kind of conversation about what's under the hood of your engine and looking at your sphere of influence being the main driver of your business, then you got to say, what am I doing with my sphere to own mind share with my own sphere of influence? So when they hear the words real estate, they don't think of Zillow. They think of me. I've got to be contacting them 20 to 50 times a year. So then this time of year, what I'm recommending to everybody is 12-month calendar above your desk. Yes, you can put this in your computer, but you can hide from your computer. We can minimize alerts. We can minimize things and be like, I'm not going to do that today because I'm going to go, play video games or watch Netflix or whatever. Instead, I'm going to have that 12-month calendar above my desk, which is my huge visual cue. And what's on that is my matrix for all my contacts with my sphere over the next 12 months, my 20 to 50 contacts, which is going to be, of course, phone calls. It's going to be text. It's going to be social media. It's going to be physical mail. It's going to be personal mail. It's going to be a whole mix. It's going to be events and, all kinds of things I'm going to do, video messages, audio snips. There's so many ways we can touch people today, but I'm staying in touch with these people and I'm staying as close as possible with them to win mindshare. Here's another thing to realize is that within your own database, every single person in your database who you think knows, likes, and trusts you and would naturally do business with you, they know statistically 9 other realtors. That's the latest stat. So when you lose a listing within somebody within your own database or a buyer within your own database, like, holy crap, I lost this person. What the hell happened here? It's because they won the war for mindshare. They stayed top of mind and you failed. So with 2022 right in front of us, we need to map out what is our contact matrix with this and how are we going to win the war for mindshare. And I'm just going to kind of take it home with this. Everybody probably knows who Dave Ramsey is, right? Dave Ramsey, financial guru, Has a podcast. He's written several books.
And he gives amazingly terrible advice, depends who you talk to. Either it's amazing or it's terrible, right?
Yeah. So this is what's interesting, though. So Dave Ramsey has taken a position of authority, whether he's right or wrong, he's taken a position of authority, brand authority. And what he's earning, his latest figures show he earned $40 million in realtor referrals last year. $40 million.
Whoa.
So what's happening? Yes, $40 million. So what's happening is, and he's marketing himself. Realtor referrals, because he's a realtor. He's getting realtor referrals. So people look at him as a brand authority above you sometimes in the real estate market you live and work in. So they're choosing to go to him and saying, Dave, tell me who I should work with in my own market. And then he gets a referral on that person that he's sending to. So what we have to do is we got to be the Dave Ramsey of our own market. How do you become the Dave Ramsey of your own market? You've got to be the trusted brand authority above all else, and you're delivering great data about what's happening in your market. You're talking about trends. You're looking at the horizon. You're communicating all the time in real time about what's going on in your market. You have high visibility. I'm going to leave you with this. I know we're running out of time, guys. Really, really quick, and that is this. You've got agents in your community that are doing 10 times your volume that are terrible agents. They suck. They write terrible contracts. They're horrible human beings. They're terrible to work with. And you're like,
okay, so it's not only my opinion. No. Welcome to the club.
So you say, why are they crushing it? Because they have high visibility. They have high visibility on social media. They have high visibility in the marketplace. Now, on the flip side, you're doing 10 times less than they are. Why aren't you performing at a high level? You're a great agent. You got great designations. You communicate well. People love working with you. It's because you're not visible. You're not in front of people more often. So I'm going to leave you with that. Be more visible in your marketplace.
I know what Andrew's going to say next. He's got his little quote too.
Yeah, best known beats best. That's right. The truth.
I love it. Best known beats best.
Best known beats best. So, Jim, this has been phenomenal. You have given exact strategies on how people can go out and just crush it, roll it in 2022 and make the best of it. But now I want to give you the floor. Obviously, you've touched on the fact that you coach people, you help people, you've got ridiculous success in real estate, more than most people I'm sure would ever dream of in their wildest dreams. So if someone wants to reach out, if they want to be coached or learn from you, if you got resources, how can they get in touch with you to learn more about, becoming more of a successful agent?
Oh, thank you so much. So people can, jump over to our website, which is called eReal Estate Coach, E like elephant, realestatecoach.com. And what they can plug into is exactly the same training I take my own agents through. So this is 19 weeks, kind of a boot camp training, lead generation focus, kind of like the things we've been talking about today. They get 3 live coaching sessions a week from me as well, in addition to the on-demand kind of Netflix of coaching. Hundreds of downloads. We've got a marketing director on staff that's delivering all kinds of marketing tools as well every week in checklists and forms. So they get the first 2 weeks free, just jumping on, and it's one of the most affordable coaching programs in the country. So 2 weeks free, check it out. And then we're all over social. You can go over and find us anywhere at eReal Estate Coach. We're everywhere.
Insane. Well, you can't say fairer than that. Jim, it has been an absolute pleasure. I know you've got so much more to give. So, I think potentially we're going to have to drag you back on at some other point to share some more secrets, because I just love the depth you went to. Genuinely, these are really actionable things. You didn't hold back. You're go and write this report, go and do this. And I'm sure everyone listening can appreciate your authenticity and just your candid nature of go and do this. I want you to be successful. The fact that your coaching program in the first 2 weeks is free also further, compounds the truth of that statement. So, Jim, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing everything about yourself and how people could be successful. And everybody who's listened, I hope you've enjoyed it. And we will see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode. Now, before you go, we're giving access to a private training we did where we revealed the top 3 niches to get listings today completely for free. So if you want access, you can go and download that training at eliteagentsecrets.com. We're regularly releasing new trainings, guides, and cheat sheets, so make sure to head over to eliteagentsecrets.com and sign up so you don't miss out.